Hello and a warm welcome to Prime TV2 News, the home of breaking news. And we're coming to you live on Top Star Channel 110 and streaming on our Facebook page, PTV2 Zambia. Now let's take a look at stories making headlines. A 44-year-old woman of Lusaka's Zav Twin Palm base has been arrested over the death of a woman she found with her husband in their matrimonial home. A 22-year-old man of Chipata who was detained in Chipata for allegedly masquerading as a female prostitute has been released after tests clear him of charges. Livingston Mayor Constance Muliawai has been acquitted on 2 counts of corruption. 2 days power outage causes massive losses for butchery owners in Western Province. With the news in detail, my name is Maidon Kilalo. A 44-year-old woman of Lusaka Zav Twin Palm base has been arrested in connection with the death of another woman she allegedly found with her husband in their matrimonial home. The incident occurred on January 30th, 2026, when Ruth Mwanza allegedly found her husband in the company of Maureen Mwemba, the now deceased, inside their home. Police spokesperson Godfrey Chilavi says Ms. Mwanza forcibly dragged the woman outside and assaulted her. She says the Mrs. Mwemba was rushed to a clinic within Zav Twin Palm base before being referred to Mainasoko Medical Center, where she was admitted to the intensive care unit and placed on life support. Mr. Chilavi adds that the victim succumbed to her injuries in the morning of January 31st, 2026, while receiving treatment at Mainasoko Medical Center.
On January 30, 2026, around 03 hours, police received the report of assault from Mr. Richard Mwemba, aged 49, of Lilai Estates, on behalf of his niece, Maureen Mwemba, aged 29, of Zav Twin Palm, who has since passed away. The deceased and the suspect were neighbors. Preliminary investigations indicate that on January 30, 2026, the suspect allegedly left her residence around 17 hours with her 2 children and returned around 22 hours only to find her house locked. After forcing the door open, she allegedly found her husband in the company of the now deceased inside their matrimonial home. It is alleged that the suspect forcibly dragged her outside the house and assaulted her. The victim was rushed to a clinic within Zav Twin Palm base and was later referred to Mainasoko Medical Center, where she was admitted to the intensive care unit and placed on life support. Sadly, Maureen Mwemba succumbed to her injuries in the morning of January 31, 2026, while receiving treatment at Mainasoko Medical Center. Her body is currently lying at the Mainasoko Medical Center mortuary awaiting post-mortem examination. The suspect remains in police custody as investigations continue, with the motive yet to be ascertained. Following the death of the victim, the case has since been reclassified from assault to murder. The Zambia Police Service will provide further updates as investigations progress.
A 22-year-old man of Chipata who was detained in Chipata for allegedly masquerading as a female prostitute has been released after tests for unnatural offenses came out negative. Ela Stembo of Chigogo village in Paramount Chief Peasants area was arrested on January 28, 2026, while trading at a nightclub as Rita Jere. Eastern Province Police Commanding Officer Robertson Mwemba confirmed Tembo's release, stating that there was no offense recorded for his sexual-related allegations. Here are the details.
We could not detain him, but we thought because there was no offense that we got, apart from securing him, by us putting him in the cells at first, we thought there was some offense, but then when we did our investigations and we found that this person is claiming to be changing from a man to a woman, we took him to the hospital. It was found that indeed Elias Tembo is a man, aged 22 years, from Chigogo or Karuba village in Feni. So after we got results from the doctor, the advice that they gave us that this man is a man and not a lady. So we had to reallocate him to his parents. We handed over as usual to the parents. And we spoke to the parents, telling them to see to it that most of the time they don't lose sight of him. So as we are talking now, according to our record, is with his parents.
Livingston Mayor Constance Mliabai has been acquitted of all 2 counts of corruption she was facing before the Livingston Magistrate Court. In the first count, Ms. Mliabai was accused of soliciting 120,000 kwacha in cash gratification from Mark Gabatais in order to facilitate the cancellation of property rate bills for ZAMBIA Firm Limited at the Livingston City Council. And the second count, she was accused of obtaining 180,000 kwacha in cash gratification from the same complainant to facilitate the cancellation of the said property rates bills. Kwalombota Mwanangombe has the details.
She has been acquitted of all 2 charges she was facing in the Livingston Magistrate Court. Livingston Mayor Constance Mliabai on Monday morning was acquitted by the Livingston Magistrate Court after state prosecutors from the Anti-Corruption Commission failed to prove the allegations, where Ms. Mliabai was accused of soliciting 120,000 kwacha in cash gratification from Mark Gabaits in order to facilitate the cancellation of property rates bills for ZAMBIA Firm Limited at the Livingston City Council. In the second count, further urged the Anti-Corruption Commission (ACC) to thoroughly investigate matters before proceeding with indictments. Speaking shortly after Ms. Mliabai's acquittal, defense lawyer Boniface Chua did not get any money from Mark Gabaits.
The judgment by the court is very clear. Mayor never got any money from Mark Gabaits. And Mark Gabaits told the court that there was no money that was gotten from him. On the basis there was no need to prosecute the mayor. But we thank God for what has happened, and we forge ahead. There is a battle ahead of us, and I think this matter.
I want to thank my supporters for your consistency, for your belief and trust in me. Amen. Without them, I would have not been strong. I will be failing if I don't thank the judiciary of this country, led by His Excellency Mr. Hakainde Hichilema, for the justice they continue delivering in our courts of law.
And Sashika Member of Parliament, Romeo Kangombe, who is also the brother to Ms. Mliabai, says his sister was subjected to what he terms as political persecution.
I have no doubt in my mind that my sister was undergoing political persecution. I literally have no doubt. And it's only normal for a politician to be accused even for things they've never done. To my sister, remain strong, resolute, and steadfast. Livingston, we are coming to hit the ground.
Kwalombota Mwanangombe, Prime TV News in Livingston, Southern Province.
You're watching Prime TV2 News, and we are coming to you live on Top Star Channel 110 and streaming on our Facebook page, PTV2 Zambia. We now take a break, but still to come, several small-scale butchery owners in Western Province have suffered significant losses after their meat products went bad following a 2-day electricity blackout that affected 8 districts. Don't go away.
Early in the morning, fire on the stove, love in a pie, that's the life we know. From the fields to the table, every bite it shows. Prime Millie Me, taste of home. Prime Millie meal, the taste of home. Mama in the kitchen, we never eat alone. Prime Millie meal, the taste of home.
Prime Millie Meal, pure, proudly Zambian, the taste of home.
What do we stand for? We stand for possibility, for the belief that every tomorrow begins with a choice made today. We stand for growth, for curiosity that pushes boundaries, for knowledge that prepares you not just to adapt, but to lead. We stand for community, for minds that don't just think, but connect, for hands that don't just build, but uplift. We stand for experiences that shape you, for friendships that anchor you, for courage that carries you beyond this place. Here you become more than a student. You become a maker of solutions, a believer in dreams, a contributor to something greater than yourself. This is where purpose meets possibility. This is where futures are built. Charles Brook Bassar University, where you stand for what matters.
With the news. Several small-scale butchery owners in Western Province have suffered significant losses after their meat products went bad following a 2-day electricity blackout that affected 8 districts. The affected districts include Mangu, Nalolo, Kalabo, Sikongo, Luampa, Kauma, and Nkema. In Mangu district, one of the entrepreneurs, Morgan Inambao, reported losing 15 chickens due to the prolonged power outage, which made it impossible to preserve his stock. Marcus Sakubita filed in this report.
After 2 days and several hours of power outage in Mongo and the surrounding districts including Kalabo, Nalolo, Sikongo, Luampa, Kaoma, and Nkema, electricity has finally been restored. However, the effects of the blackout on businesses, particularly butcheries without alternative power sources, cannot be ignored. In Mongo district, Morgan Inambao lost 15 chickens due to the lack of electricity that was worsened by the extreme heat experienced in the district.
Akuwa stakeholders nosonda kuzibanga kuvaza maila haiba kunani 40 balugula kuli kunani 40 haiba load shedding api kalile balugula kuli kunani load shedding anafani bulava mulina nyiri kuuze 15 mwa fridge zesu nela kuyumbi wafera imiyo kintu ewonala kuli ili kazele kule kamali.
A random check by Prime TV News in some butcheries found small-scale butchery owners struggling to remove spoiled meat from their fridges.
Zapenda kufumania kuli nototi mama fridge kuli mwendikae zange kanguluka wateni. Malaiti kuna foto la losikazi wakale. Chai kuna kuli nerozielizwe kwa maisi ana kangezo mama fridge ya nato bafela mezi. Kuna kuli nama yate kusinyea. Chai nerokupa kuli bazesko kambene wakazi bisanga watu kuli haba malaiti haya. Ingelu na mama butcheries chwana. Kuli mwendilwa kuna kuziba makweze zanga na makuli sikia asinyea.
Kwa kui nama nefumana ya kuli chimba mifea mwanyi. Mwabimezi kwa kui ya chimba mafea mwabimezi ya asinyea. Kitu business totu inyani foru batea foru kaila fagu piwa kakui rupile fatini. Ni mabasa hau na kuli aizeni. Apile fatini. Choe kupofea kulu na kuwana bazesko. Bano uzibisanga kabunako. Alu uzibile kabunako. Nina wazi wakui aiba kuna ni maintenance fatini. Amukoni kuti sama orders. Kakui last time luwie ni losi hape anyi yaliko mze talu zeti lo sinyeha na mumwanyi mabuchari.
Meanwhile, community members also faced a challenge of water shortage leading to poor sanitation in homes and public places.
We had the shortage of power. We had also a shortage of water. I'm a school pupil, as you can see, and I can confess that in as much as I've come to school today, it is by the grace of God, Kuli, I was able to purchase even a 5 liter just to shower. Konakuli, we have suffered a lot in this 2 days period, to which a lot of people would go even to churches without birthing, and you know it.
On the main line between Mongo and Sananga, but provided no further details on the cause of the fault. With this power restoration in Mongo and other several districts that were affected, one wonders whether this is just a temporary measure or something that will last for some time. For Prime TV News here in Mongo District, Marcus Bransakvita reporting.
A former Ofwenuka local court messenger in Monza district of Southern Province has appealed to the Ministry of Justice for his retirement benefits as he has gone over a year without pay. Collins Jongo, who worked as a court messenger from 1999 to 2025, retired after he suffered a stroke. Mr. Jongo laments that he is currently struggling to feed his family and pay his medical bills as he has no money. John Shikabe has more in the following report.
Former Ufwenuka local court messenger appealed for retirement benefits after a year without pay. Collins Jongo, a former court messenger who dedicated 26 years of his life to the justice system, is in dire need of help. After suffering a stroke, Mr. Jongo retired from his position in 2025, expecting to receive his well-deserved retirement benefits. However, a year has passed and he is yet to receive a single pen from the Ministry of Justice.
Pay me my dues, especially my repatriation fee. I have not been paid even repatriation money, which I'm supposed to go to where I come from. I have not been paid. And my terminal leave benefits, which is the first amount which I'm supposed to be paid. If I'm paid that amount, at least it can make a difference.
As if suffering from a stroke wasn't hard enough, Mr. Jongo is now struggling to feed his family and pay his medical bills. It is a heartbreaking reality that a man who dedicated his life to serve under the Ministry of Justice is now in a desperate situation. Mr. Jongo shared his story, stating that he has been following up with the Ministry of Justice regarding his retirement benefits, but to no avail. Instead, he has only been told that his documents are missing, leaving him with no means of supporting himself and his family. This former court messenger's situation is even more challenging due to his health condition, which has severely affected his mobility.
Funding files get missing. I was told by a senior officer, files get missing, especially when there's funding. So I don't even know what to do. Tired, I have not been paid anything. Even the repatriation fee, I have not been paid. My leave days have not been paid. The first monies which are supposed to be accompanied by my retirement rate. If you look at this house, it's not yet finished. The most important thing I need is water. I need water recreation. Water was just set just outside my house, just here. But I have no money to pay for the dealer.
As a result, Mr. Jongo is appealing to the Ministry of Justice to expedite the process of paying his retirement benefits so that he can sustain his family and seek much-needed medical services. John Shikabe, Prime TV News in Monza District, Southern Province.
You are watching Prime TV2 News, coming to you live on Topstar Channel 110 and streaming on our Facebook page, PTV2 Zambia. Let's now take a look at our African proverb of the day, which is coming in Jitonga from Southern Province. Let's take a look. To our viewers, you are welcome to send in your proverbs in any local language, translated into English with the meaning included. You can send them to PTV2 at ptvzambia.com or ptv2zambia@gmail.com. We continue with the news. A Lusaka-based clergy, Reverend Eric Swale, has urged couples to refrain from airing their marital disputes on social media, instead encouraging them to resolve their differences privately and seek professional counseling. Speaking to Prime TV2 News, Reverend Swale said the couples should make a deliberate effort to sit down and address their challenges amicably, noting that public platforms often worsen conflicts rather than resolve them. Details in the following report.
The trend of sharing Reverend Eric Suwale of the African Methodist Church has warned couples against such devices, advocating for private resolution and counseling instead.
Every time that you have got problems in marriage, you don't sort out marital issues on social media. Whatever problems that you are passing through, you must learn that you need to sit and then talk and iron them out. The moment you are, I know anger can lead you to post certain things and post certain comments on Facebook. But what about when everything is settled? Do you go back to the people to tell them that everything is well? That's not the right way. So we must learn to sit down and iron out issues amicably without going out on social media. Because this social media has destroyed a lot of marriages. We have got Wanachimbusa in both the church and both outside there, who can sit you down, who understands how you got married and where you are. Those people are very important in life. Go back to them, sit down. If they fail, they will bring in the clergy.
Meanwhile, Namakau Mujoka is urging churches to provide a safe haven for gender-based violence victims.
An appeal first to the church to realize that there are people that are abused in our homes who are part of our church, and we should be deliberate as a church to ensure that we make people comfortable to be able to speak to us about anything, and know that when they speak to us, we'll be able to protect them, we'll guide them, and will not be the ones to be able to announce what they are going through.
Wenshe Mulusa has advised gender-based violence victims to put themselves free.
You need to love yourself before even loving that marriage, loving other people. Even before you love God, love yourself. Don't live for people. You live for yourself and for your family. And so you don't just sit and say, people, they will laugh at me. After you have one life. So please speak out.
It can start with a slap. Don't allow it to go further. Bring a stop to it immediately. You are more valuable, whether you are a man or a woman. Never allow anybody to abuse you, because when you are abused physically, it takes away your dignity as a human being. And speak to anybody, a friend, let them know, because it might start small. Before long, you might be killed, you might be disabled, you might lose your eye, you might lose a leg, and that can never be replaced in a life.
The news in Lusaka.
The Zambia Correctional Service ZCS has set a target to cultivate 100,000 hectares of land by 2030 as part of efforts to contribute to the country's food security. Speaking in Solwezi, ZCS Commissioner General Frederick Chilukutu said the service has been tasked by the government to develop 500,000 hectares of irrigated land nationwide. He disclosed that this year, ZCS plans to establish an irrigation system using center pivot technology in Serenge, where the service has been allocated 10,000 hectares. Jackson Mwansa has the details in the following report.
The Zambia Correctional Service is set to farm 100 hectares of land by 2030, aiming to strengthen the nation's food security. This was said during Ekete's call on the provincial administration in Solwezi, where Commissioner General Frederick Chilukutu explained that the government has directed services to develop a total of 500,000 hectares of irrigated land across the country.
Us as services, we have been given a target to meet that 500,000 irrigated land. Correctional Service is supposed to have 20,000. Zambia Army 20,000. ZAF 20,000, ZNS 20,000, Police 20,000. So from ourselves, that is coming to 100,000 hectares. That has to be met by the year 2030.
This year, the service will roll out a center pivot irrigation project in Serenge, covering 10,000 hectares. He called on traditional leaders in Northwestern Province to provide more land to support the initiative.
We have just returned from China, PS, as a service to try and find a supplier of affordable irrigation infrastructure in the form of center pivots. We are beginning that exercise this year ourselves in Serenge because they have given us land, 10,000 hectares in Serenge. We have appealed to your office and maybe the traditional leadership in the province. We need land. Our land is limited.
United Party for National Development UPND Provincial Chairman Adamson Sapezo responded, promising government support and access to land.
As a party in the government, working with the provincial administration and our local leadership through their Royal Highnesses, you should be assured that we'll give you even more than 5,000 hectares because we want to compete with the best provinces here. So I thought I should make that assurance that it is well taken care of.
The announcement follows a reminder from Northwestern Province Permanent Secretary Granson Katambi.
Boast about. The most important thing, if we have listened to His Excellency's pronouncement, it's about agriculture. The minerals as they stand to perish.
Jackson Mwansa reporting for Prime Television News in Sorwezi District of Northwestern Province.
Well, that item ends the news on Prime TV2, the home of breaking news. But before we go, let's take a look at the stories that made headlines. A 44-year-old woman of Lusaka's Zaf Twin Palm base has been arrested over the death of a woman she found with her husband in their matrimonial home. A 22-year-old man of Chipata who was detained in Chipata for allegedly masquerading as a female prostitute has been released after tests clear him of charges. Livingston Mayor Constance Muliabai has been acquitted on 2 counts of corruption. 2 days power outage causes massive losses for butchery owners in Western Province. Thank you so much for staying with us. But for these and other stories, like our Facebook page, PTV2 Zambia. On behalf of the entire news and production crew, this has been Maiden Kilala. Bye-bye.
Early in the morning, fire on the stove, love in a pie, that's the life we know. From the fields to the table, every bite it shows. Primarily me, the taste of home. Primarily me, the taste of home. Primarily me, the taste of home. Mama in the kitchen, we never eat alone. Primarily me, the taste of home.
Prime Meal, pure, proudly Zambian, the taste of home.